Hello everyone, welcome to the brand new episode of M.I.N.O.R. I'm M.I.N.O.R, your host for today. Housemanship, often characterized as a nightmare for medical graduates, has sparked countless discussion and emerged as a perceived obstacle for students considering a pursuit in medicine. The tales of sleepless nights, the weight of responsibility, and a whirlwind of emotions have been shared across platforms, painting housemanship as an arduous yet transformative phase. In this episode, we are grateful and honored to have Dr. Loo Chen Hui, who undertook her housemanship at Hospital Pulau Pinang in 2017 and subsequently served at Hospital Tengku Ampuan Rahimah in Klang, to share her insights and experiences of housemanship. Hi, Doctor.
Hi, Hui.
Glad to have you here with us, Doctor. To start off, could you please explain what housemanship is and provide an overview of the role and responsibility of a houseman during their housemanship?
Alright. So basically, housemanship is a 2 years compulsory training for doctors in Malaysia before they can be independently responsible for their own patients. The houseman needs to go through 6 postings: surgical, orthopedics, pediatrics, medical, ONG, and lastly, either one from emergency, anesthesia, or clinic kesihatan. Each posting lasts 4 months, so 6 postings make up to 2 years. Depending on the department, you'll be given a different logbook for each posting and corresponding tasks to be completed in order to pass the posting. The common tasks such as venipuncture, cannula insertion, blood CNS, and etc. in all the postings, and some specific procedure in each department such as appendectomy in surgical department, or even conduct baby delivery in ONG department. To pass each posting, you need to fulfill the logbook and pass the assessments in each department in order to proceed to the next posting.
Thank you for the comprehensive explanation, Doctor. Knowing that many aspiring housemen hope to secure placements in their hometowns for housemanship, what is the process for assigning hospital placements to housemen and whether they have the option to choose their preferred hospital or location for their housemanship?
Okay. During my time as a houseman, there was a system called e-houseman for us to do the placement. I think we are still using the same system now. Basically, it's a website that will be open at a specific timing. Then you can start choosing your preferred step, hospital, and submit, step by step, and on a first-come, first-served basis. Have you ever fought for a concert ticket online or trying to grab the Lazada coupon during 11/11? It's something similar in that vein. Everything just comes to your speed and luck. I still remember, back then, all of us get tips alike to list down at least 10 hospital choices in your wish list according to your preference. Because under that high-stakes critical moment, you have no time to think or consider at all. You just need to be faster than everyone else to secure a place in the hospital that you want. I even spent money staying in the cyber cafe a few hours before the system opened, just hoping the faster internet there can help me pull ahead. When the system first opened, a lot of my friends actually couldn't get into the website due to the crowd. The system even crashed. I was a bit lucky, managed to enter the system a while after. However, to my horror, after entering all my details, the entire page crashed and everything was gone. I tried to refresh the page and attempted to enter the website again, but despite my best efforts, the system had failed again. And my first choice gone just like that. At last, I realized a lot of us didn't actually get what we wanted in our wish list. I got Hospital Pulau Pinang, which was not in my list, but I ended up happily completing my housemanship there. So, I would like to advise those aspiring young housemen out there, do not be disappointed if you can't get what you wanted. Just follow the flow, you might be surprised.
That's very informative to know how the placements actually work. We've been hearing that housemanship is very demanding and physically taxing. So, Doctor, could you please explain the working schedule of housemen throughout their housemanship?
During my time, the working schedule was dependent on the hospital and the department policy. When you first enter a new posting, housemen will need to go through a period called tagging period for you to learn and familiarize the department system. Also, to make sure you are able to be on call means taking care of the ward solo. Usually, tagging period will last 1 to 2 weeks, which starts from morning till night. I still remember my first posting, surgical. We needed to reach the ward by 6 a.m. or even earlier depending on patient's load. Also depends on how early your superiors will be there in the hospital, as you need to finish reviewing all the patients before your superior reaches your ward. Reviewing patients means to understand the patient's conditions in details, the symptoms, diagnosis, investigations, treatments, or even the family background, social history, so on and so forth. Once your superior reaches the ward for their rounds, you need to start presenting the patient's case to them, discuss with them what's the next step for each patient. After the ward round, housemen are expected to carry out plans such as blood taking, trace report, request scan, discharge patient, and etc. Sometimes you might not even have time to grab your meals, especially if the ward is understaffed. At night, you have to wait for the night ward round, which means the surgeon will come to your ward to see the patients and get updates. You need to follow the rounds and carry out the plans if there's any. Then only you are able to go home. Worst thing is, you can't estimate what time is the surgeon is coming to your ward for rounds, as they might have ongoing surgery or attending any emergency cases in the emergency department. So the only thing that you can do is just wait. At one instance, we had experience reaching home at 1 or 2 a.m. and arriving back at work before 6 a.m. in the next morning. And our taking period was without off day. I had a colleague who was unable to off take at the end of the taking period, so she got extended taking period to 2 months. Just imagine, 2 months of working every day, 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. at least, continuous without off day. That's how difficult a houseman can be, but you can just imagine how tough and determined she is to be a doctor.
It sounds like housemanship is truly busy and enriching. But doctor, how are housemen typically assessed in their performance during their housemanship, and what are the procedures that follow if a houseman fails their assessments?
At the end of each posting, housemen will be assessed by superiors, mainly on their clinical performance. The hands-on part will be the logbook filling. You need to fulfill all the requirements in the logbook and get superior sign. Of course, also your daily performance in the department, attitude, competency, all these are the criteria for you to pass the posting without extension. If you fail to meet the criteria, you'll get extension for that posting, usually 1 to 2 months, depending on the severity, policy, and committee's decision. Maximum period of staying in the same department is 8 months. If you were to be extended more than that, you'll be transferred to another hospital and continue your housemanship there. But should you fail again in the second hospital, then you'll lose your doctor's qualification. Oh yeah, with that in mind, you are also supposed to complete your housemanship in 3 years' time in order to get your M.I.N.O.R qualifications. By the way, just a friendly reminder to you, logbook is a very critical component of the housemanship. It's not just a simple book. It's like your IC. If you lose it, you will need to file a police report.
I see. Could you share some of the challenges you encountered during your housemanship and how did you successfully address and overcome them?
One of the challenges that I face is like what I have mentioned just now, the working hours. Sometimes it can be extensive and the workload can be heavy. If you're working out of station, staying alone without family, you also need to spend time doing house chores. Apart from that, you need to study for your assessment and do preparation for presentations. Working environment and working partners are another challenge. There's a saying, we fear not God like rivals, but pit like team members. If your teammate is lazy, always missing in action, incompetent, unable to complete their own tasks, then you might need to settle the work for him when you guys are supposed to work as a team. Some superiors might be bossy. Even some seniors might be toxic. A lot of us have experienced being scolded by boss during the work rounds. In front of everyone, our colleagues, patients, nurses. We even met some seniors who did the same thing to us also. I believe you have heard about a lot of bully cases in this circle. But how do you define bully? I personally saw my friend being shouted by the houseman senior quieting at my friend's face. Sometimes you feel physically and mentally exhausted being a houseman, and you can't even get time off because of understaff. But of course, there are still a lot of good and friendly bosses and seniors who really help you out throughout the whole housemanship. And yes, we are still friends till now. Anyways, I think nowadays the whole system has changed a lot. The working hours and the system should be much better than last time.
It's interesting to hear about your journey. Given the concerns and anxieties many pre-medical, medical students, and recent graduates have about housemanship, what advice or words of wisdom would you like to offer to the next generation as they embark on their medical journey?
I think along the whole houseman journey, you will definitely face a lot of problems. Like example, being treated unfairly, being screwed by bosses, failing your assessment. not working well with your colleagues, sabotaged by patients, stress over your exams, tired of your work, seeing the patient struggle in front of you and you can't do anything but to watch him die. Your determination, your patient waving off. You might even feel like quitting being doctors. But yes, this is work, this is housemanship, and this is life. You just need to remember, whatever happens, you just got to clean your wound, grin your teeth, and pull through. Just remember, you are not alone, and you will never be alone. Talk to your friends, explain to your boss if you really feel stressed and you can't manage your life. I think most of the superiors are understanding. Do not keep things to yourself and suffer, please. Yes, the housemanship might be tough, stressful, a lot of difficulties, you might break down. But I can't deny that I had a lot of fun during that period too. I gained my knowledge, exposure, and experiences to many things. I gained skills, communication skills, social skills, hands-on skills. I gained my friendships. We work together as a team. We on-call together, study together, suffer together, and we help each other when we were in trouble. We shared the difficulties and happiness together. Housemanship is tough, a lot of crying, but yes, a lot of laughter too. So I would advise, do enjoy the only 2 years of housemanship that you have, because you'll never get the same life again. Once you pass your housemanship, when you become a medical officer, you'll get a vastly different life, different responsibility. Although housemanship might be a nightmare, but they do have joyful moments too. Remember, a doctor's career spans a lifetime, but housemanship is a singular and unrepeatable chapter.
Thank you, Dr. Loo, for the insightful discussion and valuable advice for future generations of doctors. That sums up our interview for today, and we truly appreciate your time and expertise. I believe that all viewers will be enlightened by the information shared just now. Thank you once again, Dr. Loo. To our audience, if you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. See you in another episode of M.I.N.O.R. Talk. Bye bye!